All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today, so let's get straight into it. The first story that I have for you guys today, Regan Grimes at about 3 weeks out from the Europa, Spain. Regan looks like he's in insane shape. He's got a tremendous balance of being in shape and having some significant size to his physique. And this most recent update, this most muscular that you're looking at here, it's making me wonder, at this Europa, Spain, the top three qualify for the Olympia. You've got Regan, you've got Raphael, you've got James Hollingshead, you've got Milan Sadek. If Regan wins this show, is Regan going to be in the conversation for the top six at the Olympia? If he puts together the best package that he's ever put together and balances that size and conditioning with the structure that he has, he's got a really small waist, he's got a great structure, he's aesthetic for a men's open bodybuilder. That's why he switched to classic physique a couple years back, I think it was now. If he can really find that balance and nail his physique, are we going to be talking about Regan as a possible future Mr. Olympia winner? Because I think he does have a really great structure. And if he goes into the Olympia off of a win in Spain, and not just the top three finish, but a win, I think Regan is going to be talked about a lot more as a serious favorite in the Olympia this year. Top 10, top 6. I don't know about top 3 yet, but I think from what we've been seeing from Regan, it looks to me, and I've said this before, like he's really put it together and found that balance. And if he really has, I think he might win this Spain show, beat some really good bodybuilders, James and Raphael and Milan. They're all fantastic. And I think he might go into the Olympia with a ton of buzz and a ton of conversation about where does Regan's physique fall in this Olympia lineup. In contrast to the rest of the Olympia lineup, he's a taller guy. He's a more aesthetic guy. He's got the size. He's got good structure. He's very complete. Point out in the comment section below if you guys think, from a completeness standpoint, where can you say that Regan is really lacking in his physique? I think he's very complete. So if he brings the size with the conditioning, with that structure, and he keeps that small waist, what's to say Regan is not a top 6 guy at this year's Mr. Olympia? And if you agree with me, disagree with me, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about Regan? What do you think about his physique? What do you think about his potential? Because also, in addition to all those things I just listed, he's very young, and he's got a ton of time to improve. Now, that being said, I don't think it's necessarily going to be an easy win for Regan Grimes in Spain. Rafael Brandao just posted another physique update and most muscular, similar to Regan, where he looks fantastic as well. And Rafael has a lot of the same characteristics that Regan has. He's got good structure. He's very aesthetic. He's got a small waist, great V-taper, but he brings size in addition to that. So Rafael is equally as dangerous. I don't think he's as young as Regan. I think he's several years older. But that's why this Spain show is going to be such an interesting battle. There's a lot of good bodybuilders. And while Regan and Raphael have similar physiques, again, look at James Hollingshead. He just posted a physique update today as well. He's completely different than these guys in the sense that James is almost a mass monster. While with Regan and Raphael, you say, look at the small waist, look at how aesthetic they are, look at their structure, look at their lines, etc. You look at James, and you say, look at how much muscle this guy has. Look at how hard this guy looks. Look at his conditioning. He looks like granite. Look at how much muscle is on his back. I mean, he's strong as hell. The guy deadlifts like 700 pounds for reps while prepping for a show. And then on the other side of the coin, if you talk about Milan Sadek, Milan is known for his conditioning. He's smaller than a lot of these guys that you're hearing in this lineup, but he comes in shredded. So they've all got very different characteristics. And I think this Spain show is going to be a fantastic battle, and it's going to add some fantastic names. 3 names will be added to that Olympia lineup after Spain, and I think it's going to be a fantastic show. Now, next up in the news, let's go a little bit off to the side here and talk about a mass monster bodybuilder. Some people call him Rich Piana 2.0. He's gigantic, and his nickname is Golem, Ilya Golem Yevmachek. He is gigantic, and while he's not a pro bodybuilder, he recently posted a physique update where he shows his weight at 165.5 kilos, which is 364.8 pounds, keeping a relatively lean physique at that body weight, which is bigger than Big Ramy. I think the biggest I've ever heard Big Ramy being in the offseason is like 350, 355. But 365 is insane. So while this guy looks insane in Instagram pictures, this guy is real life big. 360 pounds. Bodybuilders, pro bodybuilders, or bodybuilders in general, are already like 0.1% of the best, biggest physiques of the population. But then you look at a guy like this, he's like the 1% of that 0.1%, because very few bodybuilders ever reach an off-season weight even close to 365 pounds. So while he represents 5% nutrition, in reality, he's really representing 0.0000001% of the population. And now a word from our sponsors at Labrada Nutrition. All right, now next up in the news, here's an interesting one for you, and this one is kind of out of left field, but I thought you guys would be interested in it. Conor McGregor revealed today via a tweet on Twitter that he will be fighting Manny Pacquiao in the Middle East this year. So this year in boxing, or in celebrity boxing, you've had a lot of big news as far as Mike Tyson making a comeback to the boxing ring. You've also got the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather supposed boxing match is going to be happening. And now you've got Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao supposedly coming out of nowhere. So in the comment section below, oh, I almost forgot, Eddie Hall versus Hafthor was also announced this year, boxing match. So in the comment section below, I want to know what you guys think about this sudden trend of celebrity boxing matches. And is it getting overdone? Is it getting played out? Is there too much of this to the point where it's going to be oversaturated? Or are you here for it? Do you want to see more of this? Do you think this is good? Do you think it's entertaining? Do you enjoy it? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, next up in the news, let's talk about some strict curls. It's not a Nick Strength and Power video without some strict curl stories. So first up in the cheat curl news, a lot of you guys have been tagging me in Bradley Martin's story where he is repping out 2 plates on each side of the curl bar for multiple reps, which is roughly 198, 200 pounds, depending on how much the bar weighs. So pretty impressive cheat curls. And he says in that video he should have done 3 plates per side, and that is something that I would like to see. A 3-plate cheat curl is definitely something that's few and far between, and I would love to see him do that. Now, next up in strict curl news, an actual strict curl this time from Teron Beckham. Now, we saw him do a cheat curl with 165, then he did a stricter curl with 195. Now, recently he attempted 185 with actual strict curl form. Now, official strict curl rules are your back, so your shoulder blades, your shoulders, and your butt must be touching the wall. In most federations, it does not matter if your head is touching the wall or not. So in this most recent video, he struggles with and eventually fails 185, kind of proving why the strict curl needs to be done strict, because he did 195, but if you go back and watch that video, his butt clearly comes off the wall. There's a lot of factors that come into play with curling that make it easier to complete the lift, and that's why the strict curl is such a challenging lift, because it really comes down to just bicep strength and bicep drive without being able to use any leg drive, any swaying of the back. It really takes away from how much you can curl, and this is a perfect example of that. And that's why with a cheat curl, and you're not up against the wall, you've got the ability to swing your back, roll your shoulders forward. You can use some leg drive in there. You can get a lot more weight when you're able to do all those things. So now next up in the news, I wanted to address the Lee Priest strict curl fake weights controversy. So honestly, Lee kind of randomly sent me this video, and he said 221 pounds, not bad for a effed neck and a right arm. Somewhat strict, not bad for an old guy. And literally, the first thing I said in response to that, because I was just as skeptical as you guys were, was, is that really 221 pounds? I immediately thought it looked too easy and thought it looked fake. And I said the world record is only 249. That's pretty impressive if it's real. Then he says, yes, it's real. It was a bit chesty. That's my bad arm, blah, blah, blah. Yep, 221. I counted the collars and they added up to 1 pound. Then he goes on to even break down the plates that he's got on the bar. blue 20, red 25, bar 10 kgs. So honestly, I believed him. Initially, I was like, wow, that looked too easy. That's probably not real. But then when he broke it down and said, yeah, we weighed out the bar, we weighed out the collars, we weighed out the plates, and he said, yeah, it's real, I thought, well, Lee Priest is known for his honesty. There's no way Lee would be lying to me. So I took his word for it. So no, I wasn't in on it. I guess I did, in fact, get trolled by Lee, which, I don't know, man. I was a little let down when I saw all this stuff come out because, honestly, like I said, what I liked about Lee is he was brutally honest. He always gives his honest opinion, whether people like it or not. So I just believed what he said. I mean, I didn't think he would lie to me, and I don't really know what he was hoping to gain from it by messaging me that, if he wanted me to make the video or what he was trying to do. I don't know, man. And then I noticed in his video on the Sam's Fitness YouTube channel where he says, a message to my fans, in the thumbnail, it says, sorry, Nick. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But that is the whole story on the Lee Priest situation. Honestly, I was kind of like you guys. I was like, man, that looked way too easy. It was probably fake. But I asked him, and he said, no, it's real. We weighed out all the plates. I was like, hey, Lee wouldn't lie to me. I don't know. I guess I got trolled just like you guys did, man. It sucks. So that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet already. And as always, I love you guys and appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.